got to get one of these 4 draft picks. You got to get one of these 4 I'm about to name, man. For to start this thing off right, man, Howie, you got to get one of these 4 I'm about to name, man. And that's just facts. Yo, that. What's going on, man? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is, man. If you don't, it's your boy Fully Fresh, a.k.a. The General. Here reporting for duty, man. And the duty is today. It's 4 players in this draft that you got to come out with number 1, man. I'm sorry. I understand people want the backup to be a cornerback if we don't hit on a certain receiver, but I'm not for it. I feel as though it's too much talent. It's too much talent at the wide receiver position, and it just seems like they're going to get snatched up. Now, the Eagles met with my dark horse. My dark horse, out of these 4 guys that I'm about to name, was the Eagles talked to him today. Talked to him yesterday, should I say. KJ Hamler. I really thought that we could probably steal this guy in the 2nd round. I don't think that anymore. If this is the guy that you want to target, you go get him. He really was my dark horse. I really like this kid a lot. Everybody that know me know I'm a Penn State fan. The dude is shifty. He's fast. Tyreek Hill speed. Can get in and out of breaks. Can do a lot of routes. Can be there for special teams. Can do a lot of things for your team, man. I think this dude. I thought he was a 2nd round prospect, but it looked like he might be a 1st round draft pick, man. Who knows? He's really not my first guy. Y'all know who my first guy is, Henry Ruggs, man. 6 feet, potential to run a 4.4 or 4.39, something like that. Last year he had 40 receptions, 746 yards, 7 touchdowns. But we got to remember who was on the other side of that. You had the guy Judy, and who's going to be the number 1. He's going to be the number 1 receiver off the board. I don't think what he did with the Jewish chain and all that, that's not going to set him back. It was a stupid move, but we ain't here to get into that. My 2nd guy, man, I got to go with T. Higgins, man. I like T. Higgins. I just feel as though he's not fast enough, but he has different skill sets. He kind of reminds me of Michael Thomas. Shifty, kind of quick, but he's big, and I feel as though he can get open. He can run routes. 6'4", 200 pounds. Projected to run like a 4.5, probably even a 4.5. So we're not going to get too much speed out of this dude, but I feel as though he is somebody that can move your chains and can be a number 1 option. Like I said, I compare him to Michael Thomas. That's just my personal opinion. Last year he had 59 receptions, 1,167 yards, 13 touchdowns. Not bad at all. Playing for Clemson, that ain't bad at all. My 3rd, I gotta go with Justin Jefferson, man. I like this kid a lot. Kind of big, shifty again. Like I said, kind of Julio Jones type to me, the way that he's built. I like him a lot. Not saying he is Julio Jones, but I'm talking about the way that he's built. I like this kid a lot. 6'3", projected to run a 4.45 or maybe lower, who knows. But I like the fact that he gets open and he catches the ball. When he gets targeted, he catches the ball. Last year he had 111 receptions, 1,500 yards, 18 touchdowns. Pretty good. I understand, you had the guy Burrow passing on the ball, but somebody got to catch that ball. And I feel as though just looking at his highlights, man, I feel as though this dude is a problem. He's a beast. He's big enough. He's strong enough to come in and be on the other side of Deshaun Jackson. He can come in and start from the rip. See, the guys that I'm naming, I feel as though can come in and start from the rip. Maybe kind of not KJ Hamler, but I feel as though he does so much, and you can groom him to get into being one of them guys that start. He might not be able to start right off the bench. Right off the rip, but I feel as though he can start. So that's it. Then we still got KJ Hamler. I ain't go over it. I ain't go over his stats. He's only 5'9", projected to run a 4.23. He did hurt himself or like a hamstring issue or whatever, but he's supposed to be running at his pro day. But instead of running, he met with the Eagles, man, and who knows, you know? So I feel as though the Eagles are interviewing people that they are going to want to get. KJ Hamler, oh yeah, real fast. 56 receptions, 904 yards, 8 touchdowns. That's pretty good. Especially the way that they used him. They used him all type of ways. He got a lot of all-purpose yards. I forgot to look that up. But I watched every game that he played last year. The dude is not only is he fast, but he's shifty, he's smart, his balance is great. But like I said, he just met with the Eagles. Who knows how that conversation went, but I feel as though the Eagles they're not going to meet with somebody who don't feel as though they have a potential with drafting. They want to fill you out. And also KJ Hamler is like, I'm not gonna say best friends, but real close friends to Miles Sanders. You know, another Penn State guy, man. Watch him. Told y'all about him last year when we got him. I told you he was gonna be a problem. And look, I was right. Second part of this video I want to get into, man, but wait, a word from my sponsor, man. That's right, BBC, man. If you're in the tri-state area, you get yourself into a fender bender, don't hesitate, man. Don't hesitate to call that number that you see on the logo. They take care of you, get you told right to them. Take care of you. Really ain't got to do nothing. They take care of talking to the agent for you, your insurance agent, whatever the case may be. You get into a fender bender, man. Make sure that you call that number, man. BBC, man. Bodybuilder collision, man. Now that we done with that, I'm not understanding Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman said that he wants to get younger, right? And I feel as though he's doing that. But in the same time, you're keeping Jason Peters. Jason Peters is going to be on this team next year. And not only is he going to be on this team, if he's on this team, he's starting. He's not taking no backup role. So, to me, I look at it two ways. Not two ways, but I look at it from two different perspectives. Meaning, my number one perspective is he bullying this organization? Him meaning Jason Peters. Is he telling them when he's ready, when he's done, and they just deal with it? They just deal with it. Because let's not forget, about 3 years ago, I want to say 2016, he went into a meeting. They was asking him to take a pay cut. Before the meeting, he came out there with more money and an extension. How does that happen? If your purpose is for this man to take less money, you end up giving him more money? I can understand if he left out of there with the same amount, but you end up giving him more money and an extension? Come on, man, that can't happen. I don't know if he got this organization in a chokehold. And the other way I look at it is like, how that look for your first round pick from last year? Is he not ready? Do you think he can't step up? Because from what I seen the dude can hold his own, not at right tackle. We seen what happened with that game, right? But I feel as though this kid can hold his own. This kid is a number one draft pick. You spend a number one draft pick and you're not even going to let him play? You're going to pick the 38-year-old man who didn't play bad last year. Don't get me wrong. But when it's time to move on, it is time to move on. That's one thing I can respect Bill Belichick for. When it's time to move on, it's time to move on. Even if it's not time to move on, I might move on a year before, right? Sometimes he's wrong. Sometimes he get rid of dude, a la LeGarrette Blount, and then they still have a good year the next year. I understand that, but he hits more than he misses. And I feel as though right now this is a miss. I don't know how Jason Peters is going to play next year, but at the same time, nah, man, I ain't feeling this move. I'm not feeling this move. You got to get this kid Dillard. A chance, man. You got to give him a chance. And bringing Jason Peters back is not helping. I ain't really feeling that. I ain't really feeling that move from Howie. Hopefully Howie get one of these 4 that I just named at that number 1 draft spot, and then I feel a little better. You know what I mean? More things to come, man. I want to break down some linebacker situations. I want to break down some cornerbacks. It's a lot of things I want to break down about this draft, man. Comment below. Let me know what y'all want me to talk about. Comment below. Let me know which one of these receivers you want. Comment below. And let me know your take on Jason Peters, man. Because I told y'all, mine, I ain't feeling it. But y'all know what it is, man. Stay Philly. Stay fresh, y'all.